Today is day 121. I am doing my cidofovir treatment tomorrow, actually, instead of Friday. It's just kind of has to be close, and I figured if I get really sick tomorrow, I'll have an extra clinic day on Friday. It's just easier to go in on weekdays rather than weekends. So I'm starting that early tomorrow morning. I am also getting a steroid to help with my nausea too, because last time was pretty rough, and they obviously I couldn't take my other medications, my oral medications, that night, so they're doing everything they can to keep me from throwing up all the time, basically. I hope it helps. I'm also getting one of my anti-nausea meds, which was oral. They are giving me IV, so it works faster and usually works a little bit better for me to get IV anti-nausea meds rather than oral. But I was thinking that I would get admitted just to get the treatment, just stay overnight, keep everything down, get IV meds, whenever I need them. But I talked to Margolis today. He doesn't like that idea because right now everybody's sick in the hospital with things that I can't afford to get. I already have 2 viruses that I'm trying to fight off. I can't afford to get anything, especially respiratory. I can't deal with a respiratory infection on top of everything right now. I just kind of have to stay in my little bubble and deal with what I have. Go to the hospital only when I need to. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that dose of steroids tomorrow morning helps out with the nausea. But like I said before, it's like getting the 24-hour flu once a week. I can deal with that for now. Well, I have to. I don't really have a choice, but I'm okay with it. I feel really good every other day. Obviously, I mean, that's a good thing, but in a way it's like frustrating because that just makes me want to go home. So I'm like, well, if I'm feeling good, I want to go home. But then the days where when I'm not feeling good, like I won't be tomorrow, those are rough. Then I'm real glad that I'm here and I have access to all my medications and my doctor and everything whenever I need them. So it's kind of a love-hate type of thing with feeling healthy the rest of the other days. My adenovirus has actually gone back up. It got cut down real nice from my last dose last week, last Friday, down to 8,000. It's back up to 20,000. They think it's just because I've only had one dose. The virus is still kind of flourishing. It's not under control yet. So they're hoping a few more doses and it'll stay lower and hopefully negative. My CMV did stay lower, though. I was happy to see that because without my Foscarnet, I was expecting my CMV to shoot back up like it did, because it did last time I tried this cidofovir treatment. My CMV reactivation did not respond to the treatment at all. It went right back up the next day. So I'm hoping that it'll stay down. It's staying at about a 1200. I'm really hoping it'll still be that way throughout the whole thing, because going on the cidofovir and the Foscarnet is going to do some damage to my kidneys, and that's not good. No one likes damaged kidneys. So right now I'm just hoping and praying that it'll stay low, and the cidofovir will just kind of keep it under control, as well as getting my adenovirus under control. I'm also going to get a chimerism test drawn tomorrow. That is seeing how much of my cells are mine versus my sister's. And obviously I want 100% my sister's cells, but it doesn't always work that way. Like with my first transplant, there was my cells left over that slowly took over again. I have had a chimerism already, but they can slowly change. Like if there's some cells of mine left, it was 100% last time, but if there's some cells of mine left, it doesn't necessarily read those. So since I've been sick and since I've gotten these viruses, if there were any of my cells left, they're stronger than my sisters are right now because they're older. My sisters are baby cells, they don't know what they're doing. So with these viruses, if there were any of my cells, they could have slowly jumped up and started reproducing, kind of taking over my sisters, because they start killing the viruses but then mistake my sister's cells as foreign objects, viruses, and start attacking them too. I don't think that's going to be the case since it was 100%, and I am doing so well. My counts are doing well, but they're checking it tomorrow just in case, because they're talking about going down on my Prograf, which is my immune suppressant drug to stop my sister's cells from attacking my whole body, which is graft versus host disease. So they're talking about going down on my Prograf so that my sister's cells are a little bit stronger in fighting these viruses. But again, it's a big balancing act. You have to be careful with not going down too far, otherwise my sister's cells get real excited and start attacking my whole body, which can cause organ failure. It can cause bad skin issues that take months and months of treatment, and it can be fatal, just like it seems like everything else that can go wrong with the transplant can be too. But hopefully, hoping and praying that is not the case. They'll wean really slowly, keep a close eye on me, which means being here longer, but what can you do? So my counts are, they took a little bit of a hit. They're lower. My white count is hanging in the ones. I can't even remember what they were. I get so many blood counts, but I know my white count's hanging in the ones. My platelets are below 100 now, hanging in the low 70s. My hemoglobin's in the 8s. Obviously not what I want to see, but they think it's just because of the viruses, and they are confident that they'll go back up again after these get under control. So biggest issues are just getting these viruses handled. Yeah, it looks like I'll be here for a while. I guess I'm not expecting to go home anytime soon. I feel like if I'm home by June, I'll be lucky. I'll be real lucky, and I'll still be making a lot of trips back here. Such a bummer. I thought I was going to be home so long ago, but of course you never know. Bone marrow transplants and aplastic anemia in general is such an unpredictable roller coaster of a disease. Yeah, it's not fun. It's frustrating. Obviously, I just want to go home, just want to be normal. It's kind of funny because I see, like, people complaining about finals. Don't complain about finals. I want to be in school, like, I want to be doing that. I wish I was going to school and being normal and all that stuff, so careful what you complain about, because what you complain about, somebody else is wishing that they had. So it's frustrating, but I don't know. I guess I'm just to the point where I'm like, let's just do it, get it dealt with, get it over with. I'm just like sick of sitting here dealing with it, so I just like every time I get something I'm like, okay, let's handle it right now. I just want to be done with it. So it's a slow process. It's all slow, recovery's slow, but I'll get there eventually. I guess you can't always plan ahead too far because you never know. Gosh, my hair looks so dark right now. Look at that dark patch. And then it's blonde back here. I can't focus. But yeah, that's about it. So tomorrow I will be real sick, and I'm not sure when my next actual appointment will be, so I'll post around then or whatever. I don't know. Whenever I get results worth posting. Otherwise, I'm just hanging at the Ronald McDonald House doing the usual, so I will post sometime next week probably, because I'll probably be sick this weekend. So that's all.